Blessed love to each and every one. We definitely give thanks to the life giver and the keeper of life, Emperor Haile Selassie first. Give thanks for all good doings and sayings. Of course, we welcome you into the Tiger's Nest, the Honorable Priest Isaac here with you. Before we go into the realms of this reasoning, I would just like to humbly ask, because of the nature of this discussion and how important it is for us at this time, I'm asking everyone in the audience to share the link for this video, wherever it is that you congregate, whatever social media platform that you reside in, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, share the link, email, WhatsApp, share the link, because this is a very serious reasoning, discussion, presentation that will be taking place momentarily. Let me also apologize definitely to the followers and listeners and Patreons, etc., to the Institute for our absence in general, not just our absence from this platform, but just basically, in many cases, from the international community via the World Wide Web. And that really is no fault of ours at all. And I'm not playing blame game, but in my humble explanation, I have to let the public know what it is. And because of certain adjustments, I had to require internet. So we decided that we would stay local, as they call it. So we utilized the lone local internet provider here in Antigua and Barbuda, which will remain nameless. But I mean, I just basically gave it away if you want to know who they are. And when we contacted them and we paid for our service, they clearly told us by the end of the week, we will be getting our service. And the end of the week came and nothing happened. Then we understood that it might take about 2 weeks before you really get it. At the end of 2 weeks, nothing happened. And then it went to 3 weeks. And it went beyond 3 weeks. In fact, it was just prior Sabbath that they really came and brought back or brought the service here to us. So for the most part, you know, I myself personally was very absent from the internet. Even just returning, I see I have a lot of emails that I have to catch up on. Those of you who would have been trying to reach out to me personally, again, apologies, hope it is accepted. And please give me time to respond to whatever, you know, requests and comments and questions that would have been sent out to myself in due time and in due season. Now, this discussion is so important that I didn't look at no emails. I didn't look at no messages in Messenger or wherever else it's coming from, because this reasoning is so important. And that is why I'm asking again for the family to assist I in getting this information out, as we will be speaking about the elderly within our Congress, within the Ethiopia Africa Black International Congress Church of Salvation. And also the reason why I did not do this as a quote unquote live presentation or even a premiere is because individuals will come into, you know, a premiere or a live presentation in the middle of it and may not go back to the beginning to see what they would have missed. And I'm encouraging everyone to listen to the whole of this. This is a presentation that involves all of us. You know, this is unlike any other presentation that we would be doing. You know, as I said, this is not for views. This is not for likes, although we would like it to be viewed by as much that can view it. All members of this Congress, Ethiopia Africa Black International Congress, I would love them to see the video. All individuals in general, because it's about Black redemption. Yeah, it's about Black liberation as well. I would love them to see this video here. Now, what I'll be presenting to you, and let me just say as well, giving thanks to each one that is with us and your patience, will be a program that we formally refer to as Adopt an Elder program. And really, let me just highlight it in this way. In the Psalms, the psalmist speaks of a seed shall serve the Lord. And I'm paraphrasing, but you know it. I've spoken about this before. A seed shall serve him, and it shall be accounted for a generation. And they shall teach the generation that is to come that the Lord hath done this. You see the mystic there. So now, when you observe it, a seed shall serve him, and this seed now is accounted for a generation. And as I say from time to time, there are people with us, whether they're related to them or not, but there are people with us that would tell us, hey, I know Haile Selassie the First personally, whether it's his grand or great-grandchildren that would have at least remembered him as a little baby, you know, or whether it's Marcus Garvey. And we have elders amongst us that sit with the Honorable King Emmanuel Charles Edwards. Now, most of us from another generation would have never seen any of these individuals. And you can't go and look for them right now in this modern time in the way it's set up to say, well, oh, I know where he is, let me go and talk to him. But amongst us, there are those from another generation, most of them, which would have sat with the Honorable King Emmanuel Charles Edwards. There are those, even in the elder age, would have seen Marcus Mosiah Garvey coming through, even if it's in Jamaica or in England. There are those that would have told, that can tell you that, hey, listen, I was a child when Haile Selassie came to the Caribbean. I was in Trinidad, or I was in Barbados, or wherever it was, and I saw the king, and we had to line up as school children, a gray-headed woman or man giving you this story. But as time goes on, obviously, and nature and everything, there will be a time when no one or very few individuals will be around that could tell you, oh yes, man, I met Haile Selassie, very few. You would hear people say, hey, there's a man that's still alive that knew Marcus Garvey. Wow, that time is coming. Next 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 50 years, 60 years, 70 years. For you to find someone that could tell you, yeah, man, I know King Emmanuel, you know, I was a little baby, but I remember him. So I'm saying the Psalm says, a seed shall serve him, and that seed shall account for a generation. And that generation, that seed shall teach the next generation to come. Because the next generation to come didn't really see the Lord when he came in that advent. So they would teach the next generation to come that the Lord hath done this. So as a priest, I represent the Ethiopia Africa Black International Congress Church of True Divine Salvation. Our worthy founder, leader, President, God and King, the Honorable King Emmanuel Charles Edwards, established this officially in 1958, although from his words and writings he speaks of from the 1940s. But officially, 1958, 54B Spanish Town Road, headquarters, specifically now, 10 miles Bull Bay, 9 miles out of the city, according to the prophecy of Marcus Mosiah Garvey, St. Andrew, Jamaica. What I'm saying now, there are those amongst us, maybe few, who are with that same man, King Emmanuel, from 54B Spanish Town Road. 1958. They were with him in 1958. There are those amongst us that was with him in 1967 when they burned down his camp. There were those that were with him that are still with him up to this day. When he went up to the hill in the 1970s, 70 and 71 and carved out Bobo Hill. Some of us were not even born yet. So it is this generation that shall serve him. The seed that shall tell to the generation to come, which is many of us who never sit with him, that never sup with him, that never burn no chalice with him or with him, that never sew his robe for him like Priest Headley. Yeah. But we get the teachings and the glory from those in that generation. And another part of the psalm says, one generation shall teach to the other the glory of the Lord. You understand? So what I'm saying now, these elders amongst us represent that seed that shall serve him. That represents a generation. And remember, we as the EABIC, we represent a government. Now, as a government, just observe the government of the world, the government of the system, the government out there. Whether you burn fire on the government and this and that or whatever you do, this system have in place what they call a social security scheme. It's called a scheme. In many cases, it's the scheme, but let's not check the scheme. Let's just check the idea. Many elders collect what is called a pension. Now, that means because of their years of service, because of their dedication to the nation, because of their dedication to their job, to this enterprise, or whatever it is that they have been dedicated to for all these years, decades, in some cases, scores of years. Yeah. At the end of their time serving as an employee or whatever the case is, they receive a back pay, if you want to call it that, in pension or social security. Now, this is a structure established in a system. Now, we represent a government. So as a government, in the same way, as Marcus Garvey teaches us to watch the enemy and see how they function, Rasta, in the same way, we as a government, as a growing empire, should have a system, no one can disagree, where we ourselves can make sure our most vulnerable, which is our elders and our youths, can receive what they need to receive as far as a blessing. Now, this is why we establish again the program known as the Ever Living, Ever Loving program. And again, it goes directly towards the elders. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to read the outline of this program specifically for you. And then afterwards, I will explain in detail what it is all about. Now, let me say before I go in as well, that I think it's obvious that there are many things taking place in this Congress, the EABIC. This program was not designed to highlight any recent issue that is obviously well highlighted in different areas of social media and even the media in general. We ourselves would have addressed some of the recent issues and events that would have taken place in our Congress setting. And this presentation here at this time is not designed to highlight any issue. Let me just say, the proposal that I'm bringing to you now is an idea that has been within the mind frame for some time. In fact, the first time that we mentioned this initiative was on the African Liberation Network with the Honorable Prophet Daniel. And when we mentioned it, some of the more recent events that ones are speaking of did not take place. It was not designed as an emergency program. It's just designed as a natural understanding that we have those amongst us that would have been within this struggle for some time. And of course, as I said, the most vulnerable being the elders and the young ones. And this is why we're concentrating on the elders. And it says here, and I'm reading, the Living Loving Program, formerly Adopt an Elder Program. And let me just repeat again. I'm going to just read it through, and then afterwards I will explain in some detail what I am presenting to the family here. Again, and this is just the beginning. I am thankful for those who are sticking with us. Please watch this out thoroughly. This is a meeting we're having. This is a reasoning. This is a gathering, executive gathering. And there's nothing in this time that anyone should be hiding like, oh, we shouldn't be talking about this on the internet. As I said, I'm not bringing this here to bring up no one's personal business or anyone's heartfelt affairs. This is actually just almost like a template for anybody to follow of how a government should implement itself as it relates to its elders. Okay, good. The Ever-Living, Ever-Loving Program, formerly Adopt an Elder Program, has been designed to strengthen the elders of the Ethiopia-Africa Black International Congress to assist themselves and address important aspects of their lives. Elders will receive a monthly blessing which will contribute towards life necessities, groceries, utilities, housing, transportation, etc. A small committee of 3 to 5 willing individuals, renowned for their justice, will form a committee to carry out an intelligence operation to identify these elders of this Congress which will receive this blessing. The elder does not necessarily have to abide, at the foundation. The elder does not have to necessarily be ill, but special attention will be given to those who are battling health issues. We consider that, we consider that anyone 60 years and over will be considered an elder. The elders will receive blessings monthly from the committee. If the elder is not able to collect their blessings, their caretaker or someone that they designate will collect on their behalf. There will be cases where the elder may need medical assistance, which may go beyond the monthly blessings. In these cases, the committee will decide how to utilize the finance to provide the services and products for the ill. A reasonable and feasible amount for a monthly blessing will be decided upon by this committee and myself, who will act as an administrative consultant / advisor. After this organization is ratified, registered, 3 trustees will act as treasurer and overseer of our finances and will give a report, whether it be monthly, quarterly, etc. A secretary will also be appointed. The secretary will be responsible for ensuring, that all transactions are made. This will be the collection of monies and the distribution of the same. The secretary will also present a report to the committee in due season. Although we intend to work with volunteers, I suggest a stipend to be put in place for the secretary, as his / her job will need a constant dedication of time and energy. The success of this initiative will depend on you, the well-wishers of these same elders of the EABIC. Your monthly contribution will be what fuels the machinery. There are thousands of us that represents the EABIC, and there are few elders, relatively speaking, to attend to. If 1/4 of us that say we love our elders was to band together, this will be a very light load. And then I have here some figures, but I will get to the figures when I explain what you are listening to in more detail. And it says here, each contributor will have the right to see the financial and distribution records if they desire, to encourage accountability and transparency. Okay, family. Now, this obviously at the moment is somewhat in its proposal state. And it's something that must be done. Now, I presented this to several individuals already. And I also presented this to a gathering of priests when we were in St. Lucia amongst elders of the headquarters and, of course, elders of the Bahamas branch and, of course, the international ambassador, Honorable Priest Rittman, as well. And I presented this very same initiative. And many different ideas and opinions came out as it related to the idea that I had. Now, obviously, all ones glorified it. But let me just say here, I went into this with the mind frame that it must take place. I've been in this for a while. And I myself personally have many ideas that I've brought to the table in many forums. And for whatever reason, there are always different views and different point of views and outlooks and here and there. For example, ones were saying that this program is good, but it shouldn't target the elders alone. You know, it should target everyone, those who are mentally sick and women who need aid and pregnant and children that don't have food, etc., etc. All right. Very good, heartily thought and initiative, I would agree. But we have to understand this is strategic. This is military, really, because we as a government, we're basically starting from scratch here. I was speaking of a system that specifically checks for the aged. There is a program that checks for the infants. There's another program that checks for the juvenile. There's a program that checks specifically for the sick, whatever age. There's a program that checks for the pregnant woman. There's a program that checks for the education of the child. So as a government, as an empire that is building, I decided that we need to at least start a program to concentrate on our elders. I didn't have no intention of mixing it up with any other ministry or program. But there are those that have that idea. There are those that even said, well, they disagree with that person there. We should just check for elders alone. But it shouldn't just be Bobo Shanti elders. It should be, all, anybody, me. And it even went into whoever, black people, white people, all sorts of ideas came up. Not just from the reason with the priest, but wherever I share this. And I'm sure there are ideas flying around here too. Listen. Again, I don't have no problem with none of that. But if anybody's serious about that, start the initiative and do it. This is why we never move. This is why we stuck in neutral. Because we are afraid to just set a target and aim for the target and hit the target. All of a sudden now, we want to do everything. Yeah, no, man, let's check for this, that, and the third. And then the elders now just there, waiting, wondering what's taking place. A seed shall serve him, Rasta. The seed serve him. Some of the blows that some of you can never take. Some of the blows that some of you can never take. Them seed take the blows. And then now they have those amongst us done saying already, well, yeah, but them man are living up right now. Them man still wear the turban, but long time I don't see them man come no Sabbath service. So you know what that means. Man saying them man don't deserve. They don't deserve no monthly blessing. Your plan sound good, priest, but them man don't deserve no monthly blessing. Long time I don't see them man come no Sabbath service. Last time I see him there, man, I see the man with a cigarette in his mouth. That is true. That is true. Long time I didn't see him come on no Sabbath service. But if you add up all your Sabbath service and the Sabbath service that you will go until you get totally great, especially keeping your rhythm of Sabbath service, he would have gone to much more Sabbath service than you. Maybe 3 times around. We talk about man from 54B Spanish Town Road. Man that can tell you how much blow King Emmanuel get because they share some of the blows. Man that was in prison with the Black Christ himself, King Emmanuel. Man that you never know, paranoid because of one reason or the other. And you don't want to share no glory with he because you can't tell when last you see him at a Sabbath service. And the last time you see him, he had a cigarette in his mouth. Now, in reality, you could say I actually went for the worst case scenario. And that is to show you in my book, from my outlook, nobody's supposed to get denied. There were those that were concerned and those that said that there should be a committee to evaluate who is worthy of getting it. And then, as I said to the gathering, then now individuals' opinions will come into this. Even names were called. And I myself said, but no, you can't hold that back from this man because you think he is a holdback to the growth of the Congress. In a sense, that's your opinion. They have people that backing him. And this is what I'm saying, in the system that most of us live around, when you put in your years, you get your reward. And this is set up, as you could clearly see, to assist in basically, well, basic things. Groceries, you know, utilities and housing. Who don't deserve that? Because they're smoking a cigarette, he didn't say this is designed to make them a millionaire or billionaire in their folly ways. And nothing wrong in designing something to make them millionaire or billionaires. In fact, we're getting there. But obviously, that's why you can't go to Zion with no folly ways, with no carnal mind. Now listen, family, let me go through this now, and I'll give you in detail what the program is all about. And I only mentioned all of that to show you that there's always different levels of opposition. And I'm not offended by the different ideas that I'm getting, you know. But what I'm saying is that I've been through this so many times, so many things put on the table, and it ain't going nowhere because of one little thing, one little, well, I don't think he should do it this way, that way. So let me explain this properly. The Ever-Living, Ever-Loving program, formerly Adopt an Elder program. And the reason why we changed that from Adopt an Elder, because it wasn't really adopting an elder anymore. You know, as I said, when I put the program out first, it was on Black Liberation, African Liberation Network with the Honorable Prophet Jah Daniel, Honorable Priest Dougie was there, Honorable Empress Maisie was there, and some other, you know, wonderful ones were in the house. And even after that, the Honorable Prophet Jah Daniel has reached out to me, you know, concerning that program, you know, asking for more ideas on exactly how I intend to, you know, put it forward. And at the same time, I was still trying to furnish it, because at that time I was putting that out to even that audience to get some ideas myself. So it did not bring itself out as an adopt a person or an elder program anymore. But just as I've been explaining, a system that if ran well, with transparency and accountability, could continue to grow and fortify itself as a program for us as a Congress that will be there for eternity to ensure that our elders are taken care of, at least in this level of system that we are in at this moment. And let me say also, before I continue, this initiative is coming from the Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge. And I'm bringing it forward, yes, as the founder of the Institute and as a priest of the Congress. But it's not anything that I went to the Parliament for or headquarters to or anything. I've already explained that I brought it to the international ambassador, who is also a representative still on the Parliament, and other high-ranking individuals within the Congress. But it is an initiative that is coming from the Priest Isaac's Institute. So it is nothing wrong taking place here. It is just like an individual believe that, look, there's someone that I want to take care of, let me send them some money. So we're just doing it. We're taking the initiative to do it in a more organized way, an organized fashion, and we're doing it for the Congress itself. So we're not looking for any sort of no talking and backlashing and who give permission to and all of that, and them waste of time things when people are in need of genuine assistance and we just talking the thing away. So, and it has been designed to strengthen the elders of the EABIC to assist them themselves and address important aspects in their lives. So it says here the elders will receive a monthly blessing which will contribute towards life necessities, groceries, utilities, housing, transportation, etc. A small committee of 3 to 5 willing individuals renowned for their justice will form a committee to carry out an intelligence operation to identify these elders of this Congress which will receive this blessing. A little redundancy there, but we'll take care of that. But the point is now that, again, there were those who were even concerned, as I said earlier, about who will be put on the program, not because of their character now, but maybe because they are well-standing. Let's say that. They don't need that support. Okay, clear, fair enough. I think that is well understood. So there will be a committee that I myself will reach out to these 3 to 5 people. There's 3 people for sure I already have in my mind that I will reach out to. And I'm hoping that they would be able to volunteer their time. You know, we don't intend this this whole initiative, the way I designed it, to be weighty or heavy. It just needs a little bit of monitoring and on certain aspect a lot of transaction, but that will be mostly on the secretary part, which you would have heard me say in this letter that I would encourage a stipend or payment for that individual because of the level of work that they will be doing. Now, listen to me good, eh? As I said, this is not no regular program. You haven't sat in the tiger's nest for a while. You know what I mean? And we didn't come back opening no Bible or come back reading no Metanet on the wall or checking what this star or that star said or none of them things. We came forward here in real time to deal with the reality of life that is right in front of us. This initiative is very simple. That is why I'm taking the time to put it on the table. I pray most of us are mature enough to sit down and listen to this. Because if I had 5 more people on here and we're battling over the Bible, boy, wow, you'd be right here, man. Wow, so let us deal with this the very same way. Please. Please, if we really love our elders like we yap and say, because at the end of this, I'm going to put something on the table and nobody can run away. It's going to be like one of them unraveling, decoding that we do. Nobody going to be able to deny it and run away. So if you plan to run away, it's best to stop listening now. But as I said, I don't want nobody to stop listening. This is very important, family. Consider that you are at a seminar. You're at a conference. You come to spend some time. Been a while you haven't sat in the Tiger's Temple, Rasta. So give thanks. All right. So this is why now that small committee of 3 to 5, you know, and these will have to be willing, renowned for their justice, obviously, because when it comes to dealing with overlooking finance, etc., you understand. And of course, that is why we need 3 to 5 individuals as well. And they also will carry out an intelligence operation. Intelligence means that they would go into the field as such to decide who are the elders of this Congress that would qualify for this monthly blessing that we are. That's what we refer to it as, that is going out here. Now it says that the elders or elder does not have to abide on the foundation, obviously. The elder does not have to necessarily be ill, but special attention will be given to those who are battling health issues. So we don't want to look at it as it's for the sick, and you don't have to, nothing have to be wrong with you. You've already done the time, if you want to say, I mean, not to say a time up or something, but I mean, you have reached a stage where, yes, those of us from the generation coming should pay special attention to you, and in some form of gratitude, which is our African tradition. I mean, this is spirituality here. This ain't just reality, as some of you may say, oh, this is reality now we're dealing with. No, this is spirituality. Spirituality. Yeah, spirit reality. That's what I'm trying to say there. This is spirit reality. Because in the ancient African tradition, when you deny your elders and don't check for them and all of that, it affects your spirit. You never know that. Yeah, that's reality. So how is it that we can just be with all of this talk and this honorable this man and honorable that man and yeah man that man this and them is the man that this and Priest Fliego is the man that drive job and this man is Priest Knox is the man that wash your locks and this Empress Phyllis is the one that wipe your face and Empress Maisie is the one that iron your clothes and again Priest Headley is the one that sew your robe, etc., etc., etc. And we glorifying that because you get the picture that these individuals were not only around our father, but in some sense taking care of him down to manicure and pedicure. So how you can get somebody to manicure and pedicure them now? Follow me, ain't nobody run go nowhere, please. Yeah. We consider that anyone 60 years and over will be considered an elder. That's my criteria. Now, let's just put it this way. As it relates to Bobo Shanti, yeah, that is why I don't want to carry too far. And yeah, it should be every Rasta elder. And then somebody say it should be every black people. Then somebody say any people at all, it could be white people. Then the next man get to say, no, white people can get this money. And then that's okay. Yeah. I mean, but anyway, the reality now is this, family. In our Congress, the vast majority of what we consider elders in 60 years and over, the vast majority, if not all of them, from my knowledge, maybe a few, very few would have come to this Congress in them kind of age, 60 and up. The vast majority of our elders are people from that time, from at least 1990 going back. 89, 85, 80, 75, 60. You understand? Okay, good. So we ain't got no excuse. Like to say, yeah, man, that man is an elder, yes, but he just coming at this. I mean, ain't too much of those. So don't try to make no excuse. Right. So the elders will receive their blessing monthly from the committee. If the elder is not able to collect their blessings, their caretaker or someone that they designate will collect on their behalf. The individuals that are concerned about that too. One will say, "But yeah, man, but some of them people they take the old people money and use it and so on and so on." And some people even concerned with those who will be getting the money themselves and how they're going to use it. And again, this is not a nursery. This is not a nursery, and this is not some sort of, investigative department where we got to be watching everything a person do with the money you give to them. Now, again, we have to consider this. If we ourselves are going to take care of an elder, for example, some elders don't need to collect money. They need care. They literally need care. They need a nurse there to be with them daily, coming on shift, some sort of, nursing outreach program or these programs that maybe you have like in the United States. But now, even if you were to hire a nurse, there are nurses that take advantage of old people too, eh? Even though you hire a professional nurse, there'll be those that take advantage of the old people when nobody looking. So it's not like trying to microscope every little thing. If the elder says, "This is my daughter," or "This is my neighbor, she take care of me, she cook for me every day. Nobody come and look for me but her. I can't walk and come for that money there. Make her pick it up." Family, if we just stick forever on them little things there, we not gonna ever move. Obviously, if you do it one time and the second time the elders, don't send it again, because the last time, how much you say send? She only bring half and I don't see her buy no groceries. They will tell you. They will tell you. They will tell you we have the report system, everything in order. So I'm not in the mood to wait. This is what I'm trying to show you. This waiting thing, we have this as a joke, I say this all the time. We have this as playing this Facebook thing and this internet and tickle, 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 tickle. Big people. When we're supposed to be utilizing the spirit of Marcus Garvey to move some mountains right now. So let's move some mountains. Now, as I said here, there will be cases where where the elder may need medical assistance, which may go beyond the monthly blessings. In these cases, the committee will decide how to utilize the finance to provide the services and products for the ill. I understand. So let me be clear here now, that when it comes to the sick and medication, I ain't talking about no pharmaceutical. I don't care what they are. We as Rastafari, we have renowned authorized premier health facilities as Rastafari and qualified professionals. So we ain't beating around the bush and looking out of ourselves. So and within Rastafari, our facilities and qualified practitioners are fully on board with what we're doing here. So when someone needs healing amongst our elders, we have the Mount Kailash Rejuvenation Center. This is a business that is being run. Is money we collect in Rastafari. And as I said, we don't know that the chief on board with us. That's why we have a committee. That's why we have an organized central body that will go and obviously would reason with the executives of this enterprise when we have people that need serious medical attention. Of course, we have to think about airlifting and different things when we have people that need serious medical attention. But hold on, I get into how all of this will be done. Just take your time. Now it says here, a reasonable and feasible amount for the monthly blessing will be decided upon by the committee and myself, who will act as an administrative consultant and advisor. And before I get into that, obviously, when you're talking about airlifting people and going to medical facilities to get 7-day treatment, 21-day treatment, or 3 months treatment, you're definitely gone beyond the monthly blessing, whatever that monthly blessing will be. I want you to understand that. So this is why the structure got to be such. In emergency cases, there's something ready to be used. All right. That is why you need monthly reports or quarterly reports of our finance, what has been brought in, what is going out from the treasurer or the treasury department as well has to bring their report. You know, the committee have their report, the secretary have their report, and of course, anyone that will be contributing according to what you would have heard before have all rights to see these reports. All right. Not making it difficult and complicated. So, of course, the committee will decide exactly what amount, and I'll get to the amounts now. After this organization is registered, 3 trustees will act as treasurer and overseer of finances and will give a report, whether it be monthly, quarterly, etc. A secretary will also be appointed. The secretary will be responsible for ensuring, pardon me, that all transactions are made. This will be the collection of monies and the distribution of the same, the monies. You know, the secretary will also present a report to the committee in due season. Although we intend to work with volunteers, I suggest a stipend be put in place for the secretary, as his/her job will need a constant dedication in time and energy. Now, that's the reality of it. And we have a Congress, I'm going to get to all of this, that although the committee will be volunteers and the treasury will be volunteers, everyone should be able to be paid in a real system. And we are the people, just like how in Babylon they pay taxes with the X. It's pure crosses, and the X is pure crosses. But we know, as a Congress, if we could step up and give our free will offering, we could have a system running properly, that none of our elders would have to worry about anything, even those of you who will be elders soon, when it comes to at least plugging a hole, as we would say, you know, when that time comes. The success, so again, the secretary will be in charge of the record keeping. His or her office will be in charge of assistance may be necessary, of record keeping of the finance that is coming in and who is getting what at the timely basis, keeping all receipts of money transaction and everything, and ticking off every elder that get their blessings every month, has all the contacts, can contact them and call them and let them know we're going to send this honorable empress so and so by the 15th of the month, you're getting it. Whatever the case is, you got through, yes, bam, bam, bam. So the secretary got to be working, and the secretary have to present his or her report at the end of whatever the quarter would be, or whatever the time frame would be, a month or 3 months, etc. Now, the success of this initiative will depend on you, the well-wishers of these same elders of the EABIC. Your monthly contribution will be what fuels the machinery. You get this? There are thousands of us that represent this Ethiopia Africa Black International Congress. And there are few elders, relatively speaking, to attend to. If 1/4 of us say we love our elders was to band together, this will be a very light load. Now follow me, family. Let's just say we have 40 elders that we're going to attend. Now, right now, we're not attending to none. Yeah, you may send a little change to this or that every now and again. sometimes when you can, boy, this time you're not going to be. That's not what we're talking about. Imagine I put this to a couple people and I hear some people, yeah, man, these years I used to support priest so and so, man. Yeah, man, it's me alone. When no man does help, and that's not. You see, that's why we don't want none of that. We want a system from a governmental level. You see, the problem with us, we don't like leadership. Oh, what we talking about the president and who's gonna be the president, and we want a president. We don't want to take. We just happy how it is. Yeah. Let's get serious, family. Hear this, eh? If we have 40 elders to attend to, maybe more, I would expect, but let's just look at 40. If we have 40 elders that we can highlight and say, yeah, them 40 elders above 60, definitely, for sure, them 40 elders here can take a strength. If you have 40 elders, brother, in whatever movement you have, no matter how much people in that, and you have 40 elders that definitely need help, and we're not serious there. So I believe we can pull up 40. Now watch this. Let's just say each of these elders were to receive $400 a month. I mean, United States currency. Each of these elders were to receive 400 United States dollars a month. So that's, you could say, $100 a week. Now, I mean, realistically, I know many of you listening, I mean, $100 a week. I mean, yo, what you talking about? Okay, good. Even $100 a day. I mean, like, yo, that ain't going nowhere, man. $100 a day. That's like gas for the vehicle and just maybe one or two little things for the day. Okay, all right. But in reality, 400 US a month. Every month you're getting this 400 United States currency. In many cases, when it comes to our elders, especially where they're situated on the planet, in many cases too, that would be a massive, massive strength. 400 US a month. Every month they're getting 400 US. Yo, you crazy, give thanks. Yeah. 100 US a week. That's what it boils down to. That'll be a strength. That's less than 20 US a day. But it will be a strength. They'll be thankful for that. All right. Now, even in reasoning, there are those that said they think that that's a bit too much. Okay. But anyway, follow me, family. Now, for you to give 40 elders $400 United States currency each a month, you would have to have $16,000 United States currency to do that. So how do we get $16,000 every month to make sure that 40 of our elders get $400 every month? You following me? For you to give, we have 40 elders to take care. Listen, take your time, take your time, take a deep breath. We have 40 elders, 10 times 4, 40 elders, elder priest, elder prophet, and elder empresses, 40 of them. And we want to give each of them $400. For you to do that, you need to have $400 multiplied by 40. You hear that? Right. So $400 multiplied by 40 is $16,000. You have a pen? Write it down. 1, 6, and 3 zeros. $16,000. Good. So where you gonna get $16,000 now to just be playing, say you giving out $400? Wow, what kind of thing is this? Them kind of machinery you're running here. And of course, you know, obviously, this is not no joke. An account would have to be established. Remember, this is not me. You know, nobody's sending no money to me. Let me be clear here. This ain't me. Don't nothing to do with me. Nothing coming to me. I ain't touching nothing that don't have nothing to do with I and I. This is a totally separate enterprise by itself, or organization, pardon, organization, because even that will be decided amongst the committee. That ain't going to be no long thing, whether it's non-profit or non-governmental, whatever. Just a simple thing. We don't want to be overdoing with this. Yeah, this is not the church. This is a friendly organization that helping the elders of the EABIC. That's what it is. You know, so you have his own account. I'm not a treasurer. I not on the committee neither. I ain't seen none of that. So just be putting that so nobody be sending nothing towards my account as it relates to this, please. I just want that to be so clear. We handle nothing when it comes to that finance there. Please don't be saying, well, I gonna start, I ready to go, King, and then be sending the money. No, please, take your time, you know, because the committee have to be formed. I'm just looking to see here who's serious. I'm putting this in your mind. Who's serious to be on board? Now watch this. How much Bobo Shanti in the world? I don't know. I don't even want to guess, but I know it's in the thousands. Now, if 1,000 of us, hear this now, man, you're listening? If 1,000 of us were to give $16 every month, we have $16,000. It's so badly off we be that 1,000 of us can't find $16. You have $16? How much people say yes? I know more than 1,000 people going to be watching this. You have $16 every month? How much days in the month? $16. That's like 50 cents a day. Okay. What's the problem? Can't get 1,000 people. 1,000 is a lot of people. Okay. If 500 of us was to give $32 every month, 500, eh? Give 32, not 16, 32. Because 32 is twice the amount of 16. Let's do some maths here now. 32 is twice the amount of 16 because 500 is half the amount of 1,000. So we cut down the amount of people in half. So we got to double the amount of money that you give. So if 500 give $32 every month, we have $16,000. And we can share that $16,000 amongst 40 elders, where the 40 elders would get $400 apiece. Now, if an individual would say, well, yeah, but I agree now. I mean, we can give them $200 every month, man. 200 is a good setting every month. All right. Okay, fair enough. Let's hear how $200 look. Now watch this. $200 amongst 40 elders. So if you're giving 40 elders $200 a month, and again, and let me say here, because I know there are those that are listening, that are watching and saying, oh, this is not nothing that we should be talking about on the internet. And that this should be a private discussion in Zoom or whatever. What is private discussion? You have any private discussion going on anyway? You think anything is private right now? You better be careful what you're doing and what you're watching. And nothing private going on right now. Man. And there's nothing wrong with what we're doing. As I said, we didn't come here to scandalize or to bring nobody business, to tell you who poor and who need a roof and who, no, that's not the case. It's just reality. that we as a people coming out of captivity, rising this order, rising the kingdom, there are those amongst us who definitely has reached a certain age in their life that we know could take a strength. You understand? And I must say that the reality of it is that as a body, as a government, as a goody, as a Congress, there's certain aspects of our governance that it's taken a bit of time to put in order. And we can't wait when it comes to issues like this. You understand? As you can see, this is not necessarily designed to provide security for let's just say an elder on the foundation there, which I know is a strong concern with many people. But as I said, this was really an idea even before a lot of the issues that have awoken a lot of people up in the last month or so took place. So please understand that. This is just a natural initiative of a nation taking care of its elders. In fact, this is something that should be public. I mean, everybody knows about every other nation's elderly program. There's nothing to be ashamed of. It's just an initiative that others would look at as well and maybe take pattern of. See, like what I'm saying here. Well, this ain't gonna fail because as I said, this is not nothing I'm bringing to no committee or no parliament. The only how this can quote unquote fail, as they call it, is if you, the people, chicken out. And I'll be very straight with that one, because as you could see, no feel no way, no man. No feel no way. Somebody will take this and put it in their system because we decided that, hey, we want to fulfill what Marcus Garvey say. What Marcus Garvey say? You race of cowards. You race of good for nothing. You race of imbeciles. That's what he said. You check it. So if I say we gonna chicken out, I just put in it mildly. Okay, let me show you. Let's see who chickening out. If we take 40 of our elders, Rastafari, and say we're giving them $200 every month, 200 US, he can plug a hole. Yeah, man, he can do something. He can do something. You know it. You know he can do something. 200 US come, yeah, man, the money come, all right, go make sure you go and pay so and so for the year, and make sure you pay off the thing. Then no, good, I'm glad that come. He can plug a hole, you know that. Good. So 200 US, we're trying to make the thing easy. Amongst the thousands of us that say we love our elders now. Don't worry about the rest thousands for now, but the thousands of us that have a lot of talk. Enough talk we have, eh? That's why I said, and make sure everybody see this video. Make sure they see it. Share it. Put it on your own channel. This is not for views, but it's for views. We're not advertising nothing here. We're not nothing. This is just about the subject and this subject only. You understand what I'm saying? So ain't nothing, no reason not to share it. It's about our elders. What I'm proposing, you may not do nothing. So share it, at least somebody that listening to it will do something. If you are not gonna do something, because some of you listening will never move. Even if it was $1 a year you had to give, you wouldn't move. So even if you're not gonna do that, at least share it. Do something then, man. Oh my. This is not for my benefit. This is for elders. As you can obviously see, we have a program. We ain't just talking and talking what we need to do and this and all kind of thing. This is straight. Burn the Bible. Eh? I want trying to tell me the other day there, we have to burn the Bible and then we can take care of our elder. I said, come on, man. It's fast. I just said, don't worry, man, don't worry. Next. $8,000 a month. $200 a week pardon me, $200 a month for 40 elders is $8,000. So we need $8,000 to supply 40 elders with $200 a week. All right. So that means 1,000 of us would have to give $8 a month. Now, come on, Ras. You see how the thing reach now? No, stop, man. Stop. You mean to tell me they don't have 1,000 of us that can give $8 every month? Not no one time, every to make sure that 40 elders, not even that an elder, to make sure 40 elders get $200 every month to do whatever it is, whatever. It could be gas in the car or gas for the stove. It could be to repair the roof, whatever. Because they're going to sit and say, hey, listen, I'm glad I get in that every month. I'm going to see what I'm going to do with that every time it comes. Yeah, I wanted to put up that back fence, this one next month. Oh, no, I can't use that next month yet. I have to make sure I fix the roof first. Okay. I'm going to use this month only to fix the roof, and next month I fix the fence. Yeah, man, what's wrong with you? You can't do that for your elder, man. That take all them blows for you. Yeah? That take care of the Christ that you say you love so much. That hold on to this thing to make sure you had something to grab onto. Salvation order. Yeah? None of them is no grand millionaire nor billionaire. And as I said, we have a committee to make sure we check those who need it first. Come on, family. You can't give $8 a month. Eh? When you know that, okay, we have a system here of transparency and accountability. Every month, whatever, the report is written by the secretary, the report is written by the treasurer. And if I, as a person that's sending the money, want to see the report, I can see the report. What holding back that? Now come to me with no extra talk, no. I don't want too much extra talk. This is something on the table here. Okay, if we can't find 1,000 people to give $8, 500 people can give $16 each. And that 500 people giving $16. So 500 of us saying, hey, and to me, that's almost the simplest equation you have there. 500 of us saying, hey, I'm going to make sure I give $16. Let's say $20 every month. I give it $20 every month. $20, 500 people, 500 members of the Congress too. $20 a month. That specifically will ensure 40 elders get $200 every month and money remain. If that don't work, 250 people. Because now, okay, it can't be them little money there. It can't be $8 and $20 and $30. But then now there are people that have thousands of dollars and tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands and even millions of dollars, but they don't have no dedicated heart and they have turban on their head and then they will never step up to put $1 a year. I know that. All right. So 250 of us that are faithful now. The 250 of us, if we put $32 each month, even if some of the 250, in Atlas say, well, like no whole heap of money they have, but they know they can find $32 every month. It may be in some cases, it might be a little struggle, but it's all right. They can make it 32. Imagine that. Exactly. They're going to get a bigger blessing for sure from the Almighty Eye. To find the $32, 250. So what you're trying to say, we don't have 250 faithful amongst us that we can gather $32 a month from the 250. I mean, if more people, if 1,000 would come on board, we wouldn't have to give 32, we would just give 8. But the 1,000 is hard to find, you don't know. So 500, we could give 60, even that. So 250 to give 32. You see how the balance go? And that is 8,000 every month. That will ensure each elder $200 if it is 40 elders we give. You want to go less than that? $100 a month. No, man, Ross, not too low. Well, let me tell you something. Nothing going on right now. They're not even getting $1 a month. So $100 a month. I'm just trying to show you. I'm giving you all the angles to show you that I am not giving no loophole for us to get away. They tell me $100 is too little bit. But we're not giving nothing now. So if you compare how much we're giving now, $100 is a lot. So amongst 40 elders, remember we started with $400, eh? But we don't know that we are stiff-necked people. I could talk until the cows come home, and we're gonna, yeah man, good vibes, real good vibes, and this and that. And only a few of us step up. That's the pattern. That's the pattern. So let us pray and hope that that's not the pattern for this one, but I know the pattern. But this is why we're making it as simple as we can. This is why we already ward off all the different ideas that want to attach itself to this. We're not going to make this hard. No, we're not launching this December 2025. No. We want this off the ground now. When I done talk to you, I gonna formulate the letter properly and get out to the people that I would like to come on the committee, hoping that they can, join this initiative here. They themselves will decide the treasurer, and we will put out for a secretary and get this program going. But this is going to depend on you. At least 250 of you. But the 250 can't be coming with $5. Okay, listen now. Here it is. Nothing wrong, we can come with $5 in, but it would have to be 1,000 of us. Or 2,000 of us, or 3,000 of us. You follow? So if we were to give $100, which is really, to be honest, it is really, I mean, come on, it shouldn't be on that level. But I'm just trying to show you, even if it's that, but we ain't giving nothing. We're going to need $4,000 a month to ensure that each elder from a pack of 40 get $100 a month. So obviously, that's 1,000 of us giving $4 a month. We can't find 1,000 of us to give $4 a month. So an elder can get $100 at the end of the month. We shouldn't be saying, oh, that's not enough. I mean, that's not enough. So what's enough then? What's enough? Let's get together so that they can get enough. Because if we're gonna talk forever, it's best we give them the $100. So 500 of us can give $8 every month, and every elder will get $100. 250 of us can give $16 every month, and each elder will get $100. Okay, yeah, $100 is not enough. Okay, good. So what's enough? And what are they getting now? Is that just an excuse for not giving you $4? Come on, Rasta. That's enough? Come on. So I don't lay down this, my family. I'm not looking for no one to contact me to tell me that they're on board. I have enough emails to read that I have not read as yet. So it's all right. You don't have to tell me anything. You don't have to tell me you're ready when I'm ready. I done ready and gone out the gate a long time. I will admit that I don't intend that those who I will reach out to be on the committee to, I mean, if they cannot do it, I'm not disappointed, but I might be a little put aside if I can't find no one that would be willing to do committee work. Just 3 individuals to step up to help to administrate this initiative to make sure that our elders get something in their hand on a monthly level, a program that will build to be a permanent part of our Congress, to be a permanent part of the EABIC. And then we can look about programs for the newborn. And then we can look about programs for the pregnant woman and programs for the mentally ill and programs for the sick in general and programs for educational programs and all of these different things. And those who have these grand ideas should work towards them. Should try their best to put them in order. Don't wait on Priest Isaac to do it. You can do it too. So family, as I said, this is something for you to just continue to keep your ears to the ground. I will be doing the touches, as I said, as it relates to reaching out to those who I think would be the best people to be a part of this. And then obviously afterwards, we will be calling on you. Can we realistically get 1,000 people to give at least $20 a month? That would be the ideal call. 1,000 giving 20 a month. If we have to depend on 500 to give 20 a month, that means the standards would have gone down. But my thing is family. We have a lot of us. You go through Instagram, you go through Facebook, you go through everything. You just see how much Bobo and Blessed and My Lord and this and that and the third. Well, our elders can take our strength now. And as we said, this is not a fly-by-night. This is something that we here at the Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge would eventually like to hand over to a structured EABIC, because this is not an EABIC project specifically. Now, let me be clear. I know some of you don't like that, but that's up to you. You can go in your feelings as much as you want. If it was, it would be confusion, man. Man, gonna be telling you about the parliament. If the parliament say this and the parliament stamp that and what headquarters say and this ambassador down the road say, we can't be going through that. I ain't having the elders wait on that. This is something done, highlighted by the Institute, and we will organize a specific organization around this initiative. And in time to come, that could be handed over to the Congress, as the Congress will be moving on from highlands to higher lands as an international goodie, and government with field marshal and its rights and ranks on the planet. You better know that for sure. So give thanks, family. Just continue to listen forward. Of course, as I said, we are on track here again. Now, anything after this video, we'll be definitely stepping back fully into the mystics and, of course, full Tiger's Nest and Tiger's Temple. Give thanks to the life giver and the keeper of life. Remember, a society is as strong. I know they say yes, as the woman, that's true. But, a society, is representative. You look at the society specifically on how they treat their most vulnerable. And again, their most vulnerable are their women, yes, but their children and the elderly. So let us definitely check for the elderly, because with the Almighty willing, we all will be elderly one day, hopefully. Yeah, Give thanks for the return of the tiger's nest. Enough things to come after this. Yeah, keep your eyes open, eh? Don't blink too fast. I'm right there, right now. Holy Manuel eyes, Lassie high, Jah Rastafari. Blessed Lord.